Well, hi, Guy. You comfy? You're not going to let me get anything out of there, are you? Yes. What do you think? Howdy, folks, and happy Saturday to you. Today is Take an Omelet to Dinner Day, and I'm going to be making it this time with sauteed kale a la Hilah Johnson. It'll be sauteed with sesame seed and garlic. And I'll be serving it with cornbread, fresh out of the oven. And made according to the recipe, right on the Aunt Jemima cornmeal package. So first, we've got to disassemble the kale. This is some really extra fresh stuff that my local market has been getting lately. You literally just rip it apart. I personally don't like the stems, so I don't use them. They are entirely edible if you happen to like stems. What do you want? You've just been fed. Don't give me that starving kitten routine. Okay, you want it in just ripped into approximately bite-sized chunks. Keeping in mind that you're going to put these inside an omelet. This will actually probably be more than I need for the omelet. But as the chef in charge, I get to eat the leftovers. Alrighty. Now the recipe calls for a clove of garlic. In this case, though, I think I may use slightly less than a clove of garlic. That's one big mother. I gotta say that for it. We will take some reasonable amount of it that looks like it might be a clove or three. And dice it up fairly finely. Good enough. Now around the corner on the stove, just a very small amount of VOO into the pan. Let it heat up. And cook the garlic over low heat, just mainly to soften it and bring out the flavor of it. You don't want to burn it. Now as it starts to soften and the aroma starts coming out, I'm going to add about a teaspoon or so of white sesame and a roughly equal amount of black sesame. And let this all just quietly toast together for a few minutes. What we're looking to do here is bring out these flavors. After a few minutes, start adding the kale. Start tossing it around. This would actually probably be a lot easier to do in a wok, but it's too late now. Again, keep the heat low. We don't want to burn it. I'm looking right now to see it starting to shrink, which kale will do when it heats up. If I could just keep... Never mind. If I ever stopped throwing things all over the stove, there would be something wrong with me. Now when it's reduced to about half of its original size and is appropriately tender enough, and this certainly is, it was about 5 minutes or so, give it a healthy grind of salt, a little cracked black, and sprinkle it lightly with sesame oil. Toss this all together. The flavor of this combination is just incredible. And when they're all thoroughly mingled, set them aside for now. Now, to maintain appropriate balance, we must add cholesterol. So I'll be crumbling some bacon into this. If you're trying to keep this healthy, don't add the bacon. If you're making it yummy, add the bacon. Seriously, who can resist? Now for the omelet. 3 eggs, about a tablespoon of milk, maybe a 1/4 teaspoon or so of celery seed, a grind of pepper, a little salt, flog them together, And in the same pan up here, get it good and warm. Having drained the bacon grease out of it to save for the next batch of cornbread, throw in the egg mixture. Get over here. I'm starting it over fairly high heat just for the first few seconds to get it set on the bottom. Then I'm going to turn it down. Like about now, as the edges start to set, I'm going to take it down to a fairly low heat and let this cook very gently. Cook it too hot and you get rubbery eggs, and who likes rubbery eggs? Now as it's starting to set, just a little, top it with the kale. Or as much of it as you want crammed in there. I want a lot. That looks moderately well stuffed. Now crumble some bacon over it. Or not, this is optional. I'm taking the option. Fill in the holes. Eat the rest. Yum. Now top this with some feta. Don't be a bum, pile it on there. And then lick your fingers. Now we'll cover it for a couple of more minutes, just until the eggs have set on top. And when the eggs are just set and the feta is starting to melt, its time has come. Up there. Add a slab of cornbread. Sprinkle with a touch of paprika. And it's dinner. It's about time to cut into this puppy. After pouring a glass of a nice Chardonnay to go with it. And not the kind with the screw top, Irene. Ah, yum. Let's see what this thing looks like. And next, what it tastes like. I'll go. Oh, this is just too good. Try it.